Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Dio back outside for another one. Outside getting a little bit of exercise. We still got some decent temperatures out here in the great state of Nevada. Still getting up into the 60s most days, so I get an opportunity to still get out and ride my bike. And while I was out today on my my latest creation, my CYC X1 Pro Gen 4 build, I got it built on a Swin Axum frame. I'll put a picture or something up so I don't have to get off the bike just to show you guys. But I was thinking about just some things that I would recommend from having done a build. Maybe things you should consider before doing one, if this is something that you were thinking about doing. Just some things I wish I would have known, and maybe a couple things I wish I'd have done a little bit differently. But for number one, for starters, we'll start with your choice of frame. And I would say, unless you absolutely are doing a type of shredding where a full suspension is absolutely necessary, I would go with a hardtail, just for the ease of being able to have space for a battery and such. Makes it a lot easier not to have to work around any kind of suspension or linkage or anything like that. And also sometimes I know, especially with some of the modern bikes, the suspension can kind of even interfere with, with the bottom bracket. So that would be suggestion number one, which is what I did. I do have a hardtail, so I am happy with that decision that I made. The next thing, along the lines of the frame, I would recommend going ahead and getting, if you can find and afford one, a steel frame. You're going to be putting down a lot of torque and a lot of power with this kit, especially if you're going to be running it to the max. And that just, it's going to create stresses on an aluminum frame. And steel is a little bit heavier, but it is stronger than an aluminum frame would be, and that's just undeniable. So that's one thing I would do different, as I would definitely be looking for a steel frame. And also one thing I would do is make sure that, whether you go full suspension or you go hardtail or steel aluminum, make sure your bike has boost spacing in the rear. That's going to give you a boost through axle. That's going to give you your most options when it comes to your drivetrain, which is going to be an important piece of your build. And that'll also give you the ability that if you choose to, you can run the CYC heavy duty drivetrain, which is obviously specifically designed for this application. So boost spacing on the rear is going to be, extremely important for the previously stated reasons. And then the next thing on those lines also, be mindful of your drivetrain. Your drivetrain being your derailleur, your shifter, your rear hub, and your rear cassette. If you can get a cassette that is made out of steel or hardened steel, do it. Because again, it's going to be taking a lot of power, a lot of forces, and that's really what you're going to need so that you don't wear through it. Get a high quality chain so that it doesn't stretch or break on you and leave you stranded while you're out on your ride. And that's going to be about it. Those are the things, and I don't have a boost axle in the rear. Well, let me take that back. I don't have the 148 boost through axle. I have what's called a 141 quick release boost, and that's just not really the standard now. So I am actively looking for my next frame to move this kit over to. I'm going to at least make sure I get, a couple of those things scratched off of my list. And most importantly, for me at least, is going to be that 148 boost spacing in the rear. There are a couple of full suspension frames I've seen that I feel like could accommodate, the build. So, I guess if you can get it, then get it. And if you can make it work, then fine. But for ease of installation, there's no denying that the hardtail is going to be a much better, I won't say better, it's going to be easier to fit everything with the hardtail. This is a nice little track over here. I don't know if I've come over here before, but nice place to come. I should have aired my tires down a little bit. I didn't plan to be hitting all these rocks. Need a little bit of air taken out of my tires. But that's going to be it, guys. Those are my suggestions, things I wish I knew before I did my build. A little bit of information I think might be helpful to those considering this. And I guess the most important thing, guys, go ahead and pull the trigger. Go ahead and do it. I'm seeing more and more manufacturers starting to use these motors for their builds that they're bringing to the market. And when that starts to happen, the motor kits are going to be harder and harder to find. They're going to become a little bit more scarce, and of course, inevitably, the price is going to go up. So get them while you can. I would also recommend, if you want to go ahead and get your build done, go ahead and spend the extra 50 bucks or whatever the cost difference is going to be between ordering directly from CYC and one of the US based distributors. Because I've seen some stories of guys waiting literally months to get their motor kits when ordering directly from CYC. And when I ordered mine from Electrified Bike, and this is not sponsored, I have no affiliation with them, I got it in less than a week. And yeah, it cost me maybe, I want to say maybe at the time it was 60 or 70 bucks more to do that. But to me, that's well worth it to get it and to be able to deal directly with a US based distributor. But that's it, guys. Consider all that information before you do your CYC build. Get down in the comments, you guys. Let me know if there's anything I forgot that you think would be important if someone was considering doing a build like this. But otherwise, guys, make sure you like the videos, share the videos, hype the videos, consider becoming a member. Use the links down in the description. You guys know the things to do to support this channel, so consider supporting the channel, guys. I appreciate each and every one of you guys, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.